meeting to order. Any introduction of late items? Oh, I better say the right whole thing. Sorry. Parks, Recreation and Culture Committee meeting Tuesday of June 15th at 2021 at 5:40 p.m. It is being held electronically and transmitted from the council chambers per ministerial order of M192 on Sebasset lands, where we all work, play, and share the beautiful area that we live in. And thank you for that. I'd like to call the meeting to order and introduction of any late items. Councillor Sandhu.
Thank you. Just information coming back from the River Stewardship Society meeting last night. So I just wanted to put back on for discussion the Watershed Education Center at Saywell Park.
Is everyone in favor of that? That would go under new business. Is that what we want? Yes, Mayor Day?
Sorry, I'm in favor of that. But that's everybody's vote, right?
Councillor McGonigal?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was just wondering if this could come as a notice of motion and perhaps go to regular council. I'm just thinking of process, that's all.
Whatever you like. Councillor Sandhu?
Yeah, it was just a continued discussion from the delegation last month. That's also it can, tonight or next week is fine. It's just a quick conversation. So
I'm wondering if that could go under ongoing items still being addressed. Would that be something, or is that not something we would want? Mr. Fernandez?
Yeah, that would be a good place for it too.
Do you want it tonight, or would you prefer it to be at the other meeting?
I'd prefer it tonight.
Okay.
Just as I say, it's just a comment and for quick discussion.
Is that
Fair
okay?
enough, Madam Chair. No, absolutely, as
Okay.
it was discussed at a delegation, and this
Okay.
is a subsequent meeting.
So that would be B, ongoing. Okay, watershed. Thank you very much. Approval of the agenda with the addition. Mayor Day and Councillor McGonigal, all in favor? Thank you. Let's go to our delegation first, if that's all right with everyone. Is that okay with everybody that we go to our delegation? Hi, Genevieve. We allow 10 minutes for your presentation. We don't make decisions at this meeting, of course, but if you'd like to go ahead.
Can you sign on, please?
Sorry?
Hang on just a sec. Can you sign on, Joy? We're ready for you.
Oh,
We're on now. Sorry, just trying to get my colleague on because she was expecting 6. So she'll be signing in a minute, and she's not here. Really appreciate the opportunity, but it'll be another minute, I think.
do we want to go back to the agenda then and then leave the delegation till later? What does everybody feel like? Nobody's saying anything. Mayor
Maybe.
Day?
I was just going to say there's only one item on the list above us, so
Well, there's
perhaps
2
we
now.
could go there.
There's 2 now. Speed
Okay,
on the
right.
river and watershed. Well, we'll wait for the Lamprey if she can come in on a minute, unless you wanted to start, Genevieve, yourself.
He's got the PowerPoint, but I can talk. I can get going for sure. I just wanted to say thank you very much for this opportunity. And my colleague's name is Joy Wade, and I'm Genevieve Singleton. Some of you already know me. I don't live in the town of Lake Cowichan, but I'm really engaged up there. I live down in Duncan, and I'm a longtime member from the beginning of the Cowichan Lake River Stewardship Society. And my husband, Dave Polster, and I have worked and volunteered on lots of properties around the lake, also involved with the Cowichan Stream, Cowichan Shoreline Stewardship Project, and I'm the warden out at Honeymoon Bay Ecological Reserve. So if any of you enjoyed the lovely pink lilies out there, that's one of my favorite spots too that I keep an eye on. So just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity. And what we want to talk about is some changes that have happened around the protection of the Cowichan Lake Lamprey. And last February, so the Cowichan Lake Lamprey is only found in Lake Cowichan, Bear Lake, and Missachi Lake, nowhere else in the world. And it's been protected for a number of years. The actual dates in here's Joy coming on now. So let's hang on for her. I can see her name there at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Super, Joy. So I just introduced myself. How about I say something about you? And I've just started a short little thing about the lamprey. So Joy is a researcher in this, and in this capacity that we're talking about tonight, she is working with DFO Science to address conservation issues for species at risk across BC, and in particular, the Cowichan Lake lamprey is one of those species, and Joy has been working on the lake and creeks and that have this species for some years. So Joy, oh, I guess if we could, Joy could share the PowerPoint, please.
Yep, I think I have to have some permission.
Can somebody share the screen with her? Thanks, Mr. Fernandez. So I've been engaged for the past, I don't know, 8 months as doing outreach in the community. So I had the absolute thrill in May to give a presentation outdoors to all the students at Paulson School. And we've been doing a number of other projects. You'll note that we appreciated the permission from City Hall staff to put up posters outside the City Hall building there and other places around town.
Can
Okay.
you see my screen?
Yeah, looks great, Joy.
Oh, okay.
So, over to
I've
you
got
now.
about 4 different versions here. It's a bit odd, but as long as you guys can see it, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for having us talk to you guys tonight. So this is the beast that we're talking about, the Cowichan Lake lamprey. Let me just see if it'll move the next slide properly. Oh, very good. You guys got the next slide, correct?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Cowichan Lake lamprey. It's a freshwater parasitic fish, and as Genevieve said in her introduction, it's only found in Cowichan, Bear, and Massachi lakes, nowhere else in the world. It was first described as a distinct species in 1992, but sorry, that should say 82, but was listed as threatened under the Species at Risk Act in 2003, which is the important part. The critical habitat for the species, however, was only enacted in 2020, so just last year. One of the few things that happened in 2020, I suppose. So what the critical, and that's what we'd like to focus on today because you guys are parks oriented, is what the actual critical habitat is. So the legal protection and all of the information that you need about various maps and locations is found in the action plan, which there's an image there. It was published in 2019. In the appendix, you'll find all the appropriate maps, and that's available online through the DFO website. But just to give you an idea of what the critical habitat actually is, it does include all of the lake area of Cowichan Lake and Massachi Lake, as well as various creeks, and I'll show that in the next slide here. So it's the creek flowing between Bear and Massachi Lake, which is Massachi Creek, and the lower 100 meters of those 8 tributaries there. I won't read them all. Again, it's all in that document if you need the specific information. And the lower 100 meters of Halfway Creek that flows into Massachi Lake. Importantly for you guys probably are the riparian areas, which are the vegetated areas with either 15 or 30 meters from these streams and 2 other areas in Cowichan Lake, which again are identified in the individual maps. So the 30 meters tends to refer to areas where they're around wetlands, and 15 tends to be areas just around regular shoreline. So the reason why these areas are designated as critical habitat is because they are the habitats which are necessary for the animal to survive. So they support the functions and the features that they need for spawning and rearing of aniseeds or the larval form of the lamprey. So that's why they include things like the lakes and the deltas as well. So what does this mean? This might be sort of the more important part is whenever you're going to be doing any work around any of these tributaries or around the lake, particularly in the riparian areas or the lake itself, you should refer to the DFO website and send them basically an authorization request to find out whether or not you need any form of permit. Because this area is protected legally, you can there can be financial penalties for altering or destroying or disrupting any critical habitat. The same holds true for the animals themselves. So if you kill the animals, or if you annoy, pester, they've got a strange list of things there. The animals themselves, they're also legally protected. So this is just a snapshot from the DFO website. It changes quite frequently, so the link may not be the same all the time, but as of today, it was the same. So there you can figure out who to contact to find out whether or not there is anything you need to do to make sure that you're in compliance. And that was the end of our slides. Like we said, we had a few minutes there, so we wanted to leave some for questions if necessary. But thank you very much for listening. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to help.
Does anyone have any questions? Councillor McGonigal? There we go, we're back. You're muted.
That's going to be the entry in the new Thesaurus, the Webster's
know.
Thesaurus. So I have my entry today. First of all, thank you very much for the presentation. As you probably know, the majority of the identified protection area resides within the Cowichan Valley Regional District, within areas F and I. And I would suggest a presentation to the regional district as a delegation as well, to put that forward to the appropriate directors who would have input into the idea of riparian protection, etc., within the wetlands. That is a major concern, not only for the species at risk, but for salmonoid, etc., residing in those areas. So I would suggest perhaps looking at regional district presentation as well, knowing that the jurisdiction of the town of Lake Cowichan does not encompass the lake itself.
Right, thank you.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
We did want to bring attention to the habitat, but also the opportunity to share as much knowledge as possible, since so many, well, all of you know so many people. So if there's opportunities to talk further, certainly I'll reach out to CDRD. That's a great idea. But if there's other opportunities to reach out, we've got a fun in-person presentation and also online. And as you all know, Cowichan Lake Lamprey are not highly regarded. But we have lots of interesting things to say, and the fact that they are only found here is really significant and is really, really special. And we look forward to the day when we can bring out Joy's great big Cowichan Lake Lamprey that she's made out of paper mache and be part of the Cowichan Lake Parade. I mean, we really want to celebrate this very, very rare creature, and just really appreciate the chance to share. We haven't told you much about the natural history and what its role is in the lake. We just wanted to kind of tonight hone in on the critical habitat area. But there's much to talk about, and it's a very, very interesting animal. And I know how busy all of you are, but it's thank you for giving us a chance to bring this forward. And for us to talk about it with the children at Paulson, they really got into it, and they've invited us back next year. So
that's good. That's ongoing then. Councillor Sandu, did you have something?
Hi, Genevieve. Thank you for coming tonight and attending. Can you send us a presentation that you have? Because I think it'd be important that we could put it on our website and our Facebook page, just for the community to, understand what we have, worldwide. This is in our backyard. So I think it would be really fascinating for that full presentation to be able to be put on our our Facebook page and website.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that, Christine. What I'll do is I'll put together a short presentation for you that has a little bit more text to it so that people can understand what it is. So that it's, you know, not just a slides that I would speak to normally. So I'll put some more work into it for you, and I'll send you something. Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'm
Joy.
more than happy to. And the other thing I should mention is that because the critical habitat is now legal, the DFO fisheries officers will be going around the lake and talking to all of the owners to give them packages and information packages on that. So what I can do is make sure that you guys have electronic copies of that material as well, in case somebody comes to you asking for that type of information.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation and good luck with that. Oh, Mayor Day?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Just a question for Genevieve. Is this the little guy that you would sometimes find attached to trout in the lake
That's right.
from
Yeah,
time to time? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Just want to know if
And-
it was the same little guy.
that's the same one. And we could talk further about that. It's not as bad as people feel. There's lots of trout out there. We don't need to worry about trout. I just would like to close with thanking Councillor Sandhu in particular for encouraging us to do the presentation and helping us with the steps. And thank you, Mr. Fernandez, for the invite and sorting us out. So take care all, and appreciation for all the good work you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you to you as well.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you. So we'll go back up now to business arising and unfinished business. The first part is speed limits on the river. And I just have a question. Did we write a letter to Alistair Crawford about the speed limit signs that we wanted last year and didn't get? Mr. Fernandez,
You asking if I did that recently?
did you do it?
No,
Uh-oh, we said we were gonna do it last month.
I know. I tried to contact that email and it bounced back, so I'm not sure if he's still there.
Oh, well, maybe someone else would do that. I do think it's really important for this summer to have those 8-kilometer speed limits on the river, and because the police said they can't do anything if people are speeding on the river if there's no signage, and we need more than one. They need to be on every bridge so that people see. Someone told me there's one on the car bridge, but it's facing the Central Park side, which is okay if you're coming from that way, but they need to be. We really do need that. If we can keep that on, and please contact.
Yeah. I've got his phone number, Alistair Crawford.
Yes,
I've got his phone number, so I can give him a call.
yes, because if they send them out, I guess we can figure out how to put them on somehow. I know there was one on the Trestle Bridge one time and someone took it down, I guess, or it fell off. So I'm sure they can't be that hard to put on. So thank you for that. Anybody else have any comments on that? I'd still like to see jet skis not allowed on the river, but they don't seem to want to do that. No comment. Okay, next B will be the Watershed Education Center. Is this more about the new building of the weir, or is it the whole thing? I've forgotten now.
Well, this is just the Cowichan Lake River Stewardship Society had last month came to our parks just wanting to open discussion on a watershed education center that coincides with the new weir. But, you know, it's something that may stay longer as part of the community in our watershed. So our watershed education. So the discussion last night is if our staff could meet with a couple members of the River Stewardship Society actually at Saywell Park, and then kind of walk through the area and then start the discussion actually on site. So it gives both parties an understanding of what they're looking for, and then questions can be asked from our staff. So they said if I would bring this forward tonight, and then staff could contact, I'll forward the name, the president of the River Stewardship Society, and then staff could set up a time that works.
Okay, is that fine? Councillor McGonigal?
Perhaps in that we could incorporate a representative from Paper Excellence as well, just for some input on their end as well.
I just have a question on this center because someone asked me if they'd heard about this from our last meeting, and are they building a major center there, like a kiosk with people in it? I said, no, I think it'd be more like signage, just a major signage thing. What exactly
No,
is the planning?
this is the whole process. Is they're starting to visualize things, but they need to have staff's input in location, whatnot. So there is no plans in place. It's just now starting the discussion on that. So
Thank you. Sounds good. Thank you very much. Anything else? No, everybody's looking the other way. Correspondence, none. Verbal comment from the public on a subsequent item. Again, a 7496681 or general@lakecowichan.ca. We'll be back at 6:04.
Man, these peanut butter cookies are good.
Who made peanut butter cookies? Christine, was that you?
no, I had Jeff make them as soon as he walked in the door so I could have some tonight when I'm done my meeting.
Well, I know where you live. I'll be over. Okay, it's 6:04. Do we have any questions by email or phone?
We have none.
None. Okay. Our next section is section 7A, report Superintendent Public Works and Engineering Services report for May 2021.
So parks, again, as reported last month, the fence is all done at Stone Park. Just waiting on the contractor to free up some time so he can construct the hockey box there. The gardening crew, I don't know if we've had a lot of trees that were overhanging sidewalks, et cetera, in places. So they've been around town trimming some of them up and continuously working on the parks maintenance. The gardeners have been hard at work getting the parks in order. They're doing a pretty damn good job. They're looking good. The Kinsmen are still working on, it's a great project they're trying to put together at the duck pond. So hopefully that all works out for them. This is including a kids playground, exercise unit for adults, and possibly the washroom renovations there. And The other thing, the Centennial Park gate now is being opened up for day use, roughly from about 8:30 till 4 o'clock at this time. And the gates down in the field are open. We just remind everybody this is not a dog park. The parks crew have had to go in there a few times and clean up after people have been in there with their pets. So, and you know, some of the grass is being dug up by dogs and stuff. So if you can
Right.
avoid taking your dogs in there, we appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm just wondering one question. Do we have a dog do dispensing bag anywhere around there in a garbage can? I don't know if we do. That might be an idea.
I believe there is, but I can check on that.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Sandhu.
Thank you. Do we need to maybe put a couple signs up?
Saying for no dogs.
No dog, this isn't, I guess.
Yeah.
They're already posted, but unfortunately people ignore them.
Can we also, again, if the gates are open, it's Monday to Friday?
It is, yeah.
Can we put that out to the public? Like, we could maybe get some of the high school students going down there during PE and playing a game of ball or whatever. So if we could put that out as an announcement that it's open Monday to Friday in the hours, that would be good.
We can, yeah.
Okay. And I have oh, sorry, Mayor Day.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to go back and thank staff for all that hard work they're doing on the hedges and the trees overhanging sidewalks. That's been something that the public has been commenting on for years, and it's great to see that the work that our staff is doing is rubbing off on the public, and I see a lot of instances where they're taking matters into their own hands and looking after their own hedges as well. So it seems like such a small thing, but it's really making a big difference in our community for people that use the sidewalks, especially on the main street and the streets close by. So thank you very much.
Right, thank you. And I have a question about there's still that broom on Hammond Road before you get to the
Yeah.
school that needs a pickup?
Yeah, the Public Works is well aware of it.
Okay, and the sign is missing from there. Did someone take the sign back to Public Works?
I had asked the crew too. They probably have got it down there.
Okay, just bringing that up because I drove by today just to have a check. Thank you for all the gardeners. I saw them at the info center today doing a great job, and I asked them how they liked working for the town, and they said they really liked it. So that was good, and we appreciate them. Any other questions or comments? Okay, and the next one will be Couch and Lake Education Center Manager, Kleck and Lakeview. Is Dalton there, or we just have the report?
Yeah, I can speak to it. Mr. Smith had a specialist appointment this week today, so he's unable to be here. His report basically outlines 3 items. The Couch and Lake Education Center is opening up for business. It's dependent on the upcoming COVID-19 protocols. So there's a booking already in place. And the Lakeview campsite's been very busy. It's actually been hectic, as he put it. And the other item is the visitor centers. It's on a full-time schedule, 6 days per week, closed on Wednesdays.
Sounds good. Any questions from anyone? I was in the info center today, and she's got a little bit more, they've got a few more things in there, a couple of the wooden animals that were there before and some more brochures and that, so it's looking good. Lots of good information for people that do come in. A couple came in while I was there, so that's good that it's there and running well. They seem to be happy there, so thank you for that. Dalton organized that very well, and Mr. Fernandez, I'm sure. Anything else on that? No, okay. New business, none. Notices of motion. Public relations. Boy, we're done. Question period. Again, 3 minutes per speaker, 749-6681, general@lakecowichan.c, and only items that are on the agenda. So 6:13, we will come back.
Joseph, you're not muted.
Not doing anything.
I know.
Okay, does everyone want to come back at 6:13? Do we have any questions or phone calls?
No phone calls or questions.
Oh, nobody loves us again. Okay. Well, thank you. If that's all, then I would call for an adjournment. Councillor McGonigal, Mayor Day. I think you had your hand up first. All in favor? Thank you.